Hey everyone, I am at Domic's GG Gaming Cafe today, and I'm joined by Daryl, Dominic, and Karina.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me and letting us use your space to do some recording today. I'm really excited because I wanted to talk to you guys. I've driven by, I've been in here before, and just to have a chance to sit down and chat is phenomenal. So can you tell us a little bit about the history of the cafe and how it got started, just to get us going?
I think we were just having dinner one night at my parents' house, and we were just thinking of, no, it was just general talking, thinking of like, what's there to do in Mississauga, because we all grew up here. We've been here like pretty much all of our lives, and growing up, we've always known like the recreational areas, like Erin Mills had like the arcade closed down, Square One had an arcade closed. Well, they have Palladium, but a lot of stuff has closed down over the past like 20 or so years. So, and since we were pretty close to this to the Heartland area, we kind of know what's here, and we've realized that there's not really like a recreational place. So we thought we'd make a place for a community. Well, I learned about like board game cafes maybe when I was still in university. The typical like Monopoly games. I wasn't aware of all these like new games. They've evolved over the years. They're so innovative now.
There's so many ways of just rolling a dice and then moving your piece. But yeah, we definitely could show you a couple of our favorites coming down here and teach them to you. Don't be afraid to ask. But you will definitely be more inspired to explore your imagination.
So people can come in and, you guys can teach them how to play. If they want to learn something they haven't tried before, this is a very good opportunity for them as well. As a cafe, you guys have a variety of different menu options as well. Can we talk a little bit about that and what you have at the moment?
Like, as you can see, our menus here, so we have variations of our coffees and teas, and our very minimal option of chicken and fries. And we have a few desserts such as our churros and Domic's favorite dessert is turon, which is a plantain fritter, as I would explain it to people. So it's a plantain wrapped in egg wrap, and then we fry it.
Whenever people ask like, what kind of food do you have, that's like my first go-to. Like, I should try the karage. Arguably best in Toronto.
How do you say it again?
Huh?
How do you say it?
Karage?
Karage.
Oh, okay. The courage.
Courage?
Yeah.
Karage.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I appreciate is that you guys are very clear about the dietary restrictions on your website. It's great that people who want to come out can go online and can make informative decisions because you guys have outlined all your information very carefully. And as I was reading, I was very impressed because you're working towards having more options available to people who have these dietary restrictions. So it's definitely a very welcoming place for people who might have different needs and requirements.
Yep.
Because like it's generally a place where people invite their friends, and obviously, not all your friends will have the same tastes and whatnot. So we want to make sure everyone's included.
That's sort of the segue into my next comment, because when I was looking into things again, I found you guys have so many events going on. And this is very important because ultimately the goal of a cafe is, community building. You want people to come, not just come with their friends, but come meet new friends as well. And there seem to be, very many opportunities for that. Can we talk about some of the community type events that you run?
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the first ones we had was D&D and our Smash Bros tournaments. That's kind of what kicked off the stuff, and then we started thinking of more like the open mic nights.
GG on stage.
Yeah.
GG on stage.
And,
having several different, not just
local
singing.
Yeah, just talent.
We do encourage people, if you're going into comedy or poetry, have spoken words, we encourage having you to portray that to what you can.
And it's very much so a showcase, so it's not people who have already experienced being on stage. It's for those who want to break out of their shell or see music or poetry or comedy as an outlet and want to bring that to the stage. And it's such a difficult thing to get up in front of people you don't know, or even in that's happened to us a couple of times. We've been thrown into situations where it's a little bit difficult. So we definitely applaud everyone that comes out for those events and really showcases their talent on stage.
Right.
So we have a variety of like very green people to very experienced people.
And I definitely think that's an important part of the community building process. So, another component is, we're talking about board games. We're talking about working with some of the different companies. And, we need to thank Sean and Intrepid Games for coordinating this for us.
Yeah.
But how has it been working with their Play Before You Pledge campaign with Lander?
It's been an experience. This is the first time we've been working with. Actually, there's been a couple, but this is the most extensive type of game that we're very excited to learn and teach to other people as well.
I think this is the most involved we've
Yeah.
been in this process as well.
Which we are thankful that they have approached us about it. So we wouldn't have been have this opportunity to be like, oh, maybe we could probably open it up to other people as well, who's also thinking of starting up their own games as well.
Right. And I just think, having the game in store lets people try out the game, and then when they want to pre-order or if they're invested, they can work with the cafe as well. And it's sort of a win-win situation for everyone. So, like we just talked about, the game library is expanding, things are getting bigger and things are growing. What type of future plans can we expect from GG Cafe? Either short-term or long-term, whatever, you're comfortable sharing.
It's a little tricky. Our newest, addition to the events team is our meetups on Tuesdays. So we do have volunteers who come in, or we dub our game gurus, and Daryl is our resident game guru. But we do have other volunteers who come in, and it's meant for people who either have no one to play with, have 0 to none gaming experience, or even more advanced gamers who are a little bit more beyond your usual Monopoly or Catan or Jenga, and they're really into
When people come in and they just play Monopoly.
Yeah.
Or
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Yeah.
we want to cater to also those who have a different taste for games, because as you can see, our library is quite large, and maybe only 50% of this library is touched in a night. And our community game nights are really an opportunity to expand on that for people who are like, well, I like this type of game. Oh, awesome. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of that? Do you want to try it out? Or folks who are into board games and don't have anyone else to play with. So it's an interesting one because we want to expand on that. So having that on Tuesdays is really awesome. We are looking into other types of tournaments. And that's just something that's kind of up in the air that we're trying to funnel into a focused plan at the moment. But our focus right now is just growing what we have and establishing what we've created, because we're a very, very young company. We're only a year and a bit old, so we're like still in diapers. So I think for us is gaining our footing and then moving forward with all the crazy ideas that we had when we first talked about.
It's a lot of learning.
It's a learning curve.
It's all about experiments. That's why it's not just called the Board Game Cafe. It's just general gaming. So if you want to expand to more like digital, like video games and whatnot, then that's possible. So yeah, we're still figuring it out.
Well, no, I mean, it seems like there's a lot of opportunities, and if you're in the Heartland area, like you said, all the arcades.
Yeah.
They're not.
So
Yeah.
there.
So if you're looking for a good time, if you want to play some games, meet some people, definitely you should be coming to GG Cafe. So we are, could I just get the address, or just, does anyone know the address?
So it's 5955 Latimer Drive.
Unit 1B.
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 We're
But
in
you could just-
between Game Hammer and California Sandwiches. It's within that plaza.
Can't miss us.
Yeah, for the giant G. The giant G.
Look
There's
for the
two of
giant
them.
Look for the
G,
back.
yeah. Exactly. So yeah, if you're in Mississauga looking to play some games, meet some new people, definitely this is the spot to be. So Karina, Dominic, Daryl, I want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And definitely, hopefully we can do some more stuff in the future. And hopefully people watching definitely come and check things out. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Try a new game. Don't just play Monopoly and Connect 4.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.